Welcome to GSTUBE TV first. Let me just do that here. Subscribe to this channel. Just subscribe already. I mean, if you've been coming or you're new here, don't worry, you're in good hands, in safe hands. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video already. I promise you're going to enjoy it. Sadness and mourning in the kingdom of Ibadan. Yes, as the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin passes away at the ripe age of 90. It's sad. This story is two parts because the Otun of the late Olubadan, the Otun of the late Olubadan, Ladoja, is gearing up. There is crowd now, according to reports, in his house. A lot of persons are jubilating because the passing of his Oga, the passing of the Olubadan means that he is now the next to be crowned the Olubadan of Ibadan Kingdom. If you recall, just a couple of years ago, before they coronated this now deceased Olubadan, a lot of persons felt like it was Ladoja's turn to become the Olubadan of Ibadan land, but because of one thing or the other, he had to step down for Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin to be the Olubadan of Ibadan land. But now that he has passed on Monday, the 7th of July 2025, all indications point to Oba Ladoja becoming points to Otun of Olubadan, Otun of Ibadan land, Ladoja, a former governor in Oyo State, to become the Olubadan of Ibadan Kingdom. Now, he passed away exactly 1 year after he ascended the throne. So it's not like he did a long time. It was 89. He did his 90th birthday celebration 2 days after it, and then he passed on. Although, according to some reports, some people said he had passed on since like last week, like since the 1st of July or thereabouts. But they tried to make it very, very private. Nobody should know. They wanted him to do 90 years on the throne, right? To make it a year at least. Not like he spent a couple of months on the throne before he passed away. This man, his name is Akinloye Olalere Owolabi Olakuleyin. He was born on the 5th of July 1935 to the family of Pa Ishola Okin Owolabi and Madam Adonla Aweni Okpe. In Itabale, near Akoron, in present-day Ibadan, northeast local government area of Oyo State. He was a monarch. He was the 43rd Olubadan of Ibadan. For his primary education, the late Oba Olakuleyin commenced his primary school education at the St. James Primary School, Akoron in, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, please bear with me. But he eventually finished his primary education as St. Peter's Primary School in Ibadan. After that, he taught briefly as a primary school teacher at Wakajaye, right? And then when he gained admission to Yaba Technical Institute for Vocational Study, he went to study printing and artwork. Now, after then, he started his journey. It was in the Ministry of Works, the Western region of Ibadan. Then, when he started working, was when he also gained admission to the Yaba College of Technology to pursue higher studies. So he got OND and HND in building. In 1970, he enlisted in the Nigerian Army. He served in the Nigerian Army Corps of Engineers, right? Then he retired from the army. He now started Faco Nigeria Limited, a construction contracting firm. He also started Solid Print, which was formerly Olakuleyin Print, and then the Faco Bakery in Ibadan. Like his predecessor, the late Olubadan before him, he was a politician. He contested in 1992 and won a seat in the House of Reps under the SDP Social Democratic Party. He represented the Ibadan Southeast constituency. And while he was in the House, he served as the chairman of the House Committee on the Nigerian Army. His journey to becoming the Olubadan started as far back as 1983, when he emerged the mortgagee of his compound, the Olakuleyin family of Itabale Olugbode Ibadan. Then he became the Balogun of Ibadan land, one of the two most senior chiefs in Ibadan land. So the thing with becoming Olubadan, let me just digress, right? The thing with becoming Olubadan is there's some sort of hierarchy situation. So it's not like necessarily a family situation. Like the Alaafin now and all that. There's certain families that become Alaafin. So you're taking turns in each family. So this family this reign, when this person passes on, it's going to be from the next family. But here, sort of like by chieftaincy or by how important you are in the society, which is why the Otun is looking forward to becoming the new Oba, right? Because it was the late Oba was the Balogun. Do you understand, of the previous Oba? So it's like that's how they do it in Ibadan land. Because ideally, according to history, they don't actually become kings in Ibadan, right? They have ballets, head of, whatever. They just have head of the community in Ibadan land. But then the democracy and all that, they elevated them to the position of Obas. So that's how they now pick who you are to be Oba. So that's how it looks like. They are usually old or elderly, right, before they ascend the throne. Because they're looking at like, why did you have an 89-year-old man as the Olubadan? Because the last person that died, also his predecessor didn't stay that long in office before he passed on, and it was quite elderly too. So if you are wondering about that, I just needed to put that in the situation or in the gist, right? This man was a Christian and he was married with children. We pray that the soul of Oba Owolabi Olakuleyin, we hope and pray that his soul finds eternal rest, and God gives his family, the loved ones, and all of them the fortitude to bear the passing of Olubadan, the longest serving Olubadan in Ibadan land, served for 16 years. It was ballet, like I mentioned, they used to have ballet in Ibadan. It was ballet Ibadan between 1930 and 1936, that's 6 years. And then it became Olubadan from 1936 until 1946. So it was there for 16 years. That's Oba Aleshinloye, Oba Abbas Aleshinloye, and it was the first king to be addressed with the title of Olubadan of Ibadan land. The previous one died in March of 2024. Then the now deceased Oba ascended the throne on July 12th, 2024, right? And he passed on July 5, July 7, 2025. What am I saying? But you understand what the gist is, Sha. Now, Oba Ladoja, should I say Oba Ladoja? Because they might actually contest it and say that he's not fit to be the next Olubadan. He's currently 80 years old. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's there's a way it goes, because by the time you get to the high position in chieftaincy in Ibadan land, you're already elderly, right? And you're now waiting for the current Oba to pass on so that it will be your turn. You're waiting. But as Otun Olubadan, Rashid Ladoja is the highest ranking chief in the civil line. So it's positioned first in line for the throne under the unique rotational system that governs Ibadan land's traditional leadership. It was born in 1944, September 25 to be precise, in Gambari village near Ibadan. He first took office as governor of Oyo State back in May of 2023 until he was impeached in January of 2026, and then it was reinstated in December of 2026, and then he finished his term in May of 2007. Why am I saying 2026? 2006 rather, right? So from 2003 2006, and 2006 to 2007, right? And it was in August that he accepted his role as Otun Olubadan, which was a requirement for ascending to the Olubadan title. So that's it. Let's hope and hear what they have to say. Because it was the Balogun that passed on. So it is necessary that it's a civil person, right, from the chieftaincy, this thing that's going to become the next Oba. And that is ideally Rashid Ladoja. And then when we have funeral rites and everything for the now deceased Olubadan, we go. I will let you know about it once we have more information, or more information also concerning Rashid Ladoja, becoming the Olubadan at the age of 80. Wish him a good time, right? If he's eventually coronated. I'd like to hear from you in the comment section. What do you think? And thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss updates when they happen. Right. Bye.